Hi there, I'm Andy. Welcome to Namaste at Home Yoga. It's been a little while, so I wanted to bring you through a bit of a hip opener, hip easing practice today. Grab your mat, find that comfortable seated position, and we will go ahead and get started. Starting off as usual here, getting really grounded through your sit bones, allowing that spine to grow nice and tall. Hands having to rest at the sides or at the knees. And just reflecting inward, we'll soften that gaze, maybe allow the eyes to close. Noticing how the breath is making its way through the body today. Breathing in a little deeper, filling those lungs bottom to top. Slow, easy exhales. Visualizing that breath as it moves and moves through you. Almost like flowing water. As it exhales, rushing back out, pouring out. Maybe taking some of the extra tension in the body with it. And just check in with yourself. Are there any areas that you need to be taking a little bit of extra care of today? A little bit of extra kindness directed in those spots? Let's bring the hands in towards center. You can drop the chin to chest. And shift forward, find your tabletop. So hands come to rest under shoulders, knees come to rest under hips. Warming up with some classic cat-cows. We'll let that belly drop, head and chest and hips lift as you inhale. Exhales, pressing through the hands, through the knees, around the spine. Inhale, head, chest, hips. Exhaling round. Inhale, open that up. Exhale around. Just move through two more here, following your pace, your breath. There's absolutely no rush. We're just going to meet in a neutral spine whenever you're done. You need to get any other little wiggles or movements out, maybe a little bit of bend side to side, a little bit of a weight shift forward and back. Just checking in with the body, how it's feeling, how it wants to move today. Next, exhale, send the hips back towards heels. Arms can come out, stretch, child's pose. As always, if you ever need a change of pace, you can feel free to come back to a child's pose whenever you need it. And let's start to walk those hands over towards the right side of your mat. Stack them palm over palm and use your exhales to send hips back and away. Creating space through the left side body. Each inhale allows the ribs to open up a little bit more. Finding your way back through center, we'll start to walk those hands over to the left side of our mat. Same thing, stack palm over palm. Exhale, sending those hips back and away, creating that length through the right side this time. Allowing the head to relax, back of the neck to relax, forehead heavy. Wonderful. Let's find our way back through center. Inhale, float up to your tabletop. We're going to walk those hands just a little bit farther forward so that you can shift forward into a kneeling plank. Get really strong through the core here. Spread your fingers nice and wide to help protect the wrists. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down towards the chest. Find an inhale to lift through head and chest here. Hands can be light, maybe they come to a hover. Shoulders reaching down and away on the back. For gaze, a lot of the time we want to look way up, but that puts a lot extra on our necks. So just bring the gaze slightly in front of your mat. Nice. Next, exhale, come on down. Press firm through those palms. Press up and back. Child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Find that kneeling plank. Exhale again, core strong as you lower. Inhale, draw that chest forward and up. Exhale, come on back. Child's pose. One more. Inhale, float forward. Core strong, elbows in alongside the body as you lower. Inhale, drawing forward and up. Exhale, come on back. Let's find our way through a tabletop and into a down dog. Take your time. Get a little bit of movement in here, pedal it out however you need, add those weight shifts. Let's find an inhale to send the right leg high. Finding a bend to that knee, we're going to open it up, right hip over left. Beautiful. Step forward outside of your right hand. Taking a nice long lunge stance here, knee stacking over ankle. Feel free to drop that back knee if you would prefer. Otherwise, using an inhale, our right arm is going to open up towards the sky. Big reach. Energy through those fingertips up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands find the mat. Evening this out. Take an inhale, left arm now lifts up and away. So strong. Waking the body up. Exhale, hands find the mat. Step back, down dog. Through our second side here, left leg inhales high. Find that bend, opening up left hip over right. Three-legged dog. Before we move into our lunge, stepping forward outside of your left hand. Again, drop the back knee if you prefer. Inhale, left arm lifts up and past the knee. Finding strength, energy through the arms. Gentle rotation through the torso. Exhale, hands find their way back down. Inhale, right arm. A little bit more challenging when we're turning away from the leg. Harder to balance. A good test of focus. Very nice. Exhale, hands find the mat. Step forward, forward folds. You can bring the feet about mat distance here. Just really let the body ragdoll forward. Find a generous bend to the knees. Maybe we grab for opposite elbows to invite a little sway side to side. Releasing the hands however you have them. Start to walk those feet into hip distance. Roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Find that big breath in, fill the lungs up. Exhale as we float hands through center. Pressure in the palms to open up through the chest. Cool. Continuing some of that opening, we can catch hips, step the right foot about a leg distance back on your mat. We're going to turn the toes about 45 degrees out to the corners of your mat. Knees are going to follow as we make our way through the next few movements. You can open those arms up, take an inhale, reach up, get tall. As you exhale, lower down, find cactus arms. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, come on down, cactus arms. Knees and toes follow the same direction. As we move through into each squat, let's go through 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down, low ribs stay tucked in, core strong. Last one. Very nice. Hands can come to rest gently on the thighs. I want you to use them for a little bit of counter pressure. Hands are going to come to the outside edges of the knees. I want you to use that strength through the legs, through the outsides of hips, to press back against your hands. Might not be a really big press for right now, that's okay. Just activating a little bit differently. If your legs are starting to shake a little bit, so are mine. We're all good. Almost there. Next, inhale, come on up. We're going to turn those toes forward. Start to hinge at the waist. Find that wide forward fold. Allowing the hands to fall under the face, under the shoulders towards your mat. Walking a little bit side to side. Hands can find their way over to the right leg, wherever you happen to be able to reach. If the head is starting to lift up, allow the back of the neck, back the shoulders to relax. Maybe we stay here, maybe just a couple times. We're going to add a gentle bend with the opposite knee. Finding an exhale to kind of lunge here to the side. Inhale, lift you back up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come on down. Coming back up, we'll find our way through center over to the opposite leg. And wherever you happen to be able to reach. First, letting go through the head, through the neck. Give it a little bit of a shake if you need. Where are you feeling the tension? Breathe into those spots. And staying as you are, maybe adding that movement. We'll bend with an exhale, right knee this time. Inhale, comes back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Last one on this side. Excellent. We'll find our way back through center. Find a micro bend to the knees. If you've lost it, catch your hips. Get strong through the legs. Inhale, come on up. Back to the top of our mat. And let's keep things moving. Feet can come about hip distance. Arms are going to inhale up in line with shoulders. Exhale, send the shoulders away. If you really want to feel extra opening through the chest, through the shoulders, maybe thumbs point up. Maybe we flip palms up. Whatever your preference there. Take the next few exhales to sit back and down. Find your invisible chair. Core stays really strong here. Tailbone drop towards your mat. Crown of the head still reaching tall. Chest still proud. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to fold. Inhale. Let's find our half lift. Exhaling, hands plant. Step back. Find your down dog. Let's inhale, left leg high this time. Find that bend once more to the knee. Open up the left hip over right. See how much we can reach over towards that side wall. And then go ahead and step through the hands this time. You can drop the back knee and tuck toes. Inhale up, finding your low lunge. Let's bring hands to maybe hips, bouncing on the thigh, through center, maybe overhead, but we're going to do a little bit of movement from here, so I would recommend one of the lower arm options. Moving with our breath, we're going to inhale, shift back. Exhale, let that tailbone tuck under, sinking towards the mat. Inhale back. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, just getting heavy here. One more. Hang out in that bottom spot for a couple of breaths. Noticing where that sensation is, and again, breathe into it. Really fill up those lungs. Watch that air move through you. Rinsing those tight areas out. Releasing a little bit with your exhales. Awesome. Take an inhale to shift back. We're going to straighten out through that front leg. Flex the toes back towards you. Start to hinge forward at the hips again, finding a little bit of a forward fold until we get some sensation through the hamstring, through the calf. Hands can rest on the thigh if that feels best. Maybe they find their way down to a block or a cushion, or down towards the mat itself. Just listening to your body and when it needs to stop, when's feeling like enough. When in doubt, ask your breathing. If it's moving smooth, probably still in a good spot. If it's getting really hard to keep that slow, smooth breath motion, let's ease off slightly. Wonderful. Take an inhale, shift forward back to your lunge. You're going to heel toe that foot open. Hands coming to rest at the inside. Still allowing that knee to rest over ankle. Hips to drop heavy. Think about an inhale to draw the chest forward. And then exhale to stay or maybe begin to lower. We've got a few breaths here, so take your time. Maybe finding those bent arms coming to rest on a cushion or block. Maybe we find forearms. Keeping in mind, especially with something like this, maybe you found forearms yesterday and today you're doing it again and it does not want to happen. Just respect your body in this moment. Day to day, hour to hour, we're constantly changing. Embrace that, let it be as it is. You'll get the most benefit by really listening to it and moving with it, respecting its state. Wonderful. We'll start to bring ourselves back up to hands if you're on forearms or bent arms. Tuck the toes. Let's go ahead and send ourselves back into a down dog. Finding our second side here, right leg is going to inhale high. Finding that bend to the knee, opening right up over left. Three-legged dog. And then shift forward, step between your hands, setting up for low lunge. Back knee drops, toes untuck. Pressing up, finding a hand position that suits you today. Moving with our breath once we're here. Inhale, start to lift us up. Exhale, allowing ourselves to sink down into our mat. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, melt. Two more. Find your breath, your movements. Moving just into edges of discomfort, into that stretch sensation without pain. Settling into that bottom position once you're done for a few breaths. Breathing into the front of the left hip or elsewhere if you have a different spot that's feeling especially tense. Continuing to keep that chest proud, shoulder blades pulling back and together. Beautiful. Let's keep moving with the breath. Inhale, shift back. Find that extended front leg. Hinging at the hips to rest hands on the leg. Maybe fingertips find the floor or something else to help support. Toes are active here, pulling back towards the face. Inviting sensation through the back of the leg. Really deep breaths into this here. On our next inhale, we'll shift forward. You can heel toe your foot to the outside edge of the mat, knee stacks over ankle. Hands plant at the inside of the foot, and again, we're going to start by drawing that chest forward. I don't know about you, when I get here, my shoulders always like to cave forward. So we're going to pull them back, get that chest proud, allow the hips to drop. And then use the next few breaths to move wherever you need to be. Maybe we're staying high today. Maybe we find a little bit of a bend. Adjusting to wherever you need to be here, wherever you feel most comfortable but challenged. Creating space in the hips is never a simple thing. So we'll be patient. Baby steps. Always strong breaths. Couple more just like that. You're doing great. From here, we can start to walk those hands back under the shoulders if you're on forearms. Gonna tuck through those back toes. Go ahead and send your way back into a downward dog. If you need to, paddle things out a little bit. Weight shift, adjust, notice what's starting to open up a little bit more, what feels different. And then firing up our core a little bit. Let's go right leg first. So in an inhale, bring that leg high. As we exhale, shift forward, we're gonna bring knee to nose. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. One more, send it back. Right knee, right elbow, maybe up towards the right tricep. Get so strong here. For 3, 2, and 1. Setting up for pigeon, we're gonna drape our shin across, parallel with the top of the mat, or maybe adding a bit more of an angle to the knee. You're gonna send the hips low here. It's really easy to want to shift off to one side or the other. So find a spot that you're kind of balanced in between. So the bones might not quite touch today. That's all right. If you have sensitivity at all in the knee, think about maybe adding more of a bend to that front leg, flexing toes back, or taking a figure 4 stretch as an alternative from the back. You can find that nice tall spine at evenness side to side. And then if it feels available, start to draw yourself forward. Maybe we find bent arms or forearms again. If it's available, maybe we stack fists or palms to bring the forehead to rest. Either way, find yourself somewhere that you can let go a little bit. See if we can let the forehead become smooth. Gently part the teeth, lessening the tension in our jaw. Let the tongue rest easy in the mouth. And just noticing what comes up, where we're feeling with this. Don't have to label any of it in any particular way, just notice. Be with those sensations. Breathe into them. Of course, listening to the body if there's pain or discomfort. Then we ease off. You're making the call here. Wonderful. If you're on forearms, maybe you're resting all the way down, taking a short nap, and start to walk the hands back under the shoulders. Pressing back up, let's go ahead and make our way back to a down dog. No particular way here. Maybe this feels really good to give it a pedal. If you'd like, hanging out here, or maybe a child's pose. Otherwise, we'll go through just a half series flow. Inhaling forward to find your plank. Exhaling to lower knees, chin, and chest. Inhale to draw forward and up. Exhale, press you back. And if you found child's pose, you can make your way back up. Find your down dog. Moving through our most favorite part, I'm sure, our core exercises on the second side. Let's inhale, send the left leg high. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Left knee across the right elbow. Last one, come on back. Left knee, left elbow, maybe left tricep. Hug that leg in for 3. And 2, breath strong. Last one. Let's go ahead, get set on our second side for pigeon. Drape that leg across. Get even in the hips. Find your tall spine first, just settle in. Proper preparations. Then we'll start to walk ourselves forward. That's the variation that you're choosing. You can always feel free to stay seated tall. Shift back to a figure 4 instead. Or finding our fold forward. Allowing yourself to find a bit of rest, a little bit of ease. No expectations for each side to be the same as the other, or even the same as the day before. Maybe micro adjustments here, micro movements. Inhales, just create a bit of lightness through the body. Exhales, maybe allowing the hips to get heavier, maybe the shoulders, the chest starts to melt down. Releasing the back of the neck, forehead can start to melt. We've got a few more breaths here, so really make the most of them. Lengthen those exhales longer than your inhales. Noticing what's coming up here. Just be with it. Breathe with it. Being kind to the body. We've got these for a little while. We better take care of them. Beautiful. Love this. We'll start to find our way back up. Take your time here. Pressing back up to straight arms, and then we'll find a down dog. Again, your choice here. Maybe we stay in our down dog, grab a child's pose, or move through a flow. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, core strong as we lower. Inhale, drawing the chest forward and up. Exhale, pressing it back. If you are already in a child's pose, you're pretty much already good to go. If you're in a down dog, find your way down to your mat. You can send the legs out in front of you. We're going to move through a couple of seated postures. Let's start by opening through a different area of the hips. We've been opening with shins more on the parallel side, but inviting a bit more of a deeper sensation here, depending on where is tightest for you. For me, this one is quite a bit deeper. We're going to cross the right leg over top of the left. Maybe both legs bend. I'll encourage you to try to bring both sit bones down as well. If this doesn't want to happen, we're going to do the same thing with that left leg extended, and just think about crossing that right leg over the left. Side of the foot can come to rest on the mat. Again, sit bones just staying grounded. Take your variation, bottom leg straight or bent. Maybe this is already lots. Maybe we start to add just a little bit of a lean forward and down on that top leg. A little forward fold, we love those. Allowing, again, the back to just round a little bit, head to be heavy, chest and shoulders to melt. Breathing into those spaces of tension. Notice if you're feeling this more in one area or another. Maybe this one's quite intense for you and you feel it through both hips. Finding your next breath or so to make your way back up. Just untangle here, untwist tie. If your legs need a little bit of a windshield wiper outside to side, go ahead and give them that. And then we're going to send that right leg out, cross the left leg over top. Left side of the foot, again, is just coming to rest on the mat. We're staying here, or adding that bend through the right leg as well. Sit bones stay grounded. Spine staying tall. And then moving with the breath if you want to find a bit of a deeper expression here. This is your practice. I really encourage you to move at whatever pace, whatever depth your body is okay with, maybe whatever your body's craving. Allow that forehead to just sink. Again, releasing that tension in the jaw by gently parting the teeth. Enjoying a couple more breaths here. And we'll find our way back up tall. And twist tie those legs. Give them a little bit of a break. That windshield wiper is there if you need it. And we're going to come to rest in a straddle. So you can bring that stance out nice and wide, toes and knees ideally pointing up towards the sky here. And if you know this one is less comfortable for you, feel free to add a bend to the knees. If you'd like to bring the sit bones up on a block, it's always welcome, always a good option. I'm going to start by feeling those sit bones grounded again. Inhale to get really tall. Maybe let's just stay here. Noticing how that feels, where sensation starts to come up. Does that change if we let the ankles relax or pull the toes back towards us? And then option to start to draw the chest forward, maybe finding those bent arms or forearms. If you're sitting on a block, sometimes this gentle forward lean is a little bit more available. Allowing gravity to help you out if normally you're not one to kind of splat. Keeping that breath smooth and strong. Let's find 2 more. And then press down through those legs as we start to walk our way back up, finding our tall spine. And go ahead, collect them in. You can draw knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little bit of a rock and roll down onto your back. Find that squeeze, grabbing for hamstrings or shins. Back massage, rock it out. Maybe finding some circles here. You do you. Let's bring our feet to plant, heels just close enough to touch. Arms are going to come out to either side. And let's inhale to lift hips. Exhale, press down through the heels. Get really grounded through the backs of the shoulders. For 3, 2, legs fired up. And 1, exhale, come on down. Take her easy. Nice. Let's bring our right knee in towards the chest. Send that left leg away. Toes flexing back towards you. Finding a little bit of a squeeze. Maybe an open up to one side or pulling across to the other. Play around with this one. What does the hip need? Where does it feel good? And then we'll invite a gentle twist here, pulling that knee across the body. You're going to open that right arm up. If you have lots of space, take it. Keeping the right shoulder heavy towards the ground. That right knee is going to start to melt towards the floor on the other side. This is too much. You can always rest your knee on something like a block. Or stack that left knee underneath. 2 more. Inhale pulls you back through center. Let's release that leg. Send the left knee in towards you. Find a gentle squeeze again. Right toes are flexed back. And then a little bit of a shift, a little bit of movement. Where do we need to be here? Pulling across or open, just little movements. Explore. And then we're going to open that left arm up, left knee this time is pulling across towards the right side. Finding a twist. Just moving gently into these. I like to keep my hand on for a little bit of extra pressure sometimes, but my back isn't always okay with that, isn't always ready for it. So maybe we just let gravity do the work for us instead. Last few breaths here. Soak it in. Bringing out after that practice. And let's draw back through center. Send the legs out long, arms overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. Yawn it out if you need to. And let's tuck the knees in towards us. Find that one more big squeeze. If you want, maybe taking an exhale to bring forehead to knees, empty out those lungs, make room for fresh air. And then open up onto your back, finding a little bit of rest in our final Shavasana. Allow those shoulder blades to tuck under the body. Palms to flip up towards the sky, allowing the feet to follow wherever they do. How grounded do you feel right now? You feel that solid earth, solid ground supporting you. Let that soak in for a moment or so. Breathe deep, all the way down into your hips. Do you feel that space you've created today? Do you feel that openness? Maybe that change is small. Maybe you notice a lot. Maybe we come to notice with more practice. And take your time here, starting to wake the body back up, moving fingers, toes, maybe giving the wrists to ankles a little bit of a roll, rock of the head side to side. Gonna find our way over one side or the other. Come back to that comfortable seat from the start of our practice. Settle in. Find your tall spine. Allow the eyes to close as we take one solid breath together. Fill up, deep breath in. Big sigh, let it go. Chin can find its way to chest and hands float through center. Can allow the eyes to gently open if they're closed. I want to extend so much gratitude your way for joining us for another practice. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Hopefully the hips are more at ease. Wishing you well. Namaste.